I'm not a cheater, but was accused of it because he doesn't understand that doctors go by LMP for pregnancy. What does LMP stand for?
Last missed period.
This person goes on to write, long rant incoming. Please read and leave opinions and advice. I was very excited and nervous when I found out that I'm pregnant. When I found out I was 3 weeks and 2 days pregnant, according to my LMP. I took early digital tests and I still didn't believe it, so I took some lined ones. I was clearly in denial, lol. I waited a few days to tell my ex-fiance while I was waiting for the HCG blood work to come back, and it didn't fail me. I was definitely pregnant. Anyways, I found out Tuesday night when I was 3 weeks and 2 days, and I didn't tell him until Friday. We were long distance, and he was visiting me from December 26th to December 31st. And when he found out, I figured he would be as excited as I was. Instead, he was making it all about himself, always saying he's freaking out because he needed to tell his mom and he was going to get kicked out, and that he didn't want to be here anymore. 2 weeks pass by and his mom finds out when she was stalking my Facebook page from an account I didn't know about because I would have blocked that one too. He called me that day and said that the timing didn't add up, that there is no way I could be 5 weeks and 4 days pregnant when he got here in less than 3 weeks ago. I'm pretty sure his mom got in his head because after I hung up on him, he called back and said his mom said they were coming up here during tax time to do a DNA test. I told him I'm not doing anything until the baby is born, which I have a legal right to deny a DNA test while the baby is in utero. He then said he didn't want to come up here to do it while I'm pregnant, but his mom is making him. He is a 23-year-old man, but after a few days, the accusations kept going. So I blocked him and haven't talked to him in almost 2.5 weeks. Did I make the right choice? Is there anything else I should do or shouldn't do?
Oh, wow, that's a lot to unpack. I instantly just feel bad because like it should be like the most exciting time of your life, and this is something that you should share with your partner, and there's already some obvious, whatever you want to call them, that he's long distance, that he's an ex-fiance, that you didn't spend Christmas together, you're spending after Christmas together. So there's a few signs that maybe you're not, that connected to each other or where you would like to be anyways. Yeah, this is a tough one, but I also feel like if he knows where she lives and he really wants to step it up and be there for her, then he knows where to find her. He knows how to contact her. So I don't blame her for, blocking him, because this is a just an interesting situation to be in and you should be excited. So I don't blame her for blocking him. I feel like, right, like let me know in the comments, don't you feel like if he wanted to be there and he wanted to step it up, he knows how, he would? What do you think?
Yeah, I definitely think there's a lot of red flags here. I mean, it sounds like he doesn't really understand the way pregnancy works and how you date it back to the last missed pregnant period. And that, like, we had
That
to learn
threw
about
me
that
off.
too,
Yeah.
so that was definitely some new information for us.
Yeah.
But it sounds like he has a lot of maturing to do in a way, and it's really unfortunate when family members get in people's heads and kind of just maybe lead them to do things that aren't in the best interest of the baby, or just, I would personally recommend to err on the safe side and just presume it is your child and act like it is your child until you do get a definitive DNA test and stuff like that. But genuinely,
Yeah.
right? Like, because you don't want it to turn out to be your child, and then you were,
And that's your story.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Whereas if you could at least be, there for it up until you find out. And even just taking the DNA test is honestly very just like kind of sad that they don't have trust in each other,
Yeah.
And
out of everyone, why would she choose, not to be rude, but why would she choose this guy to say is a dad?
Yeah.
There's maybe other people you can, if she was lying, which and I don't think she is. I mean, we're 6 months pregnant, and that really threw me for a loop too when it was from your last missed period is when they're counting your pregnancy. So, I mean, there was so much to learn about pregnancy, and I just, yeah, I feel for her. And I don't think, maybe if she were to unblock him, maybe just don't respond or give in to his reactions, maybe just like give him updates and information and allow him to be there, because she asked, is there anything else I should or shouldn't do? um that's just my opinion. Like, maybe unblock him and just give him updates, but that's it. Like, don't give any reaction to his responses, and just allow him to be there if he would like. And at the end of the day, this is her decision. And it's her body, and she gets to go about her life the way that she wishes. And honestly, I just hope the best for them, and I hope they can figure it out and he can step up and be there for them.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I don't think necessarily blocking him is the correct thing. I think are super important, and that it's, good to maybe not respond if he's like messaging you and you don't like how the interaction's going. But like communication is so important. And if you're just kind of blocking off communication with someone who very likely could be a big part of your life going forward, it's not really the optimal way to communicate. I get sometimes we have to communicate with people who aren't communicating well with us, but it's almost like an opportunity for us to elevate and become even better communicators. And maybe in a process, in a way, you could actually help him become, more knowledgeable on the subject, more like a better communicator if you just tell him the things that you don't like, that he's like how he's communicating, and just realize that you're more of planting a seed than getting immediate results. Like maybe over time he'll learn to communicate. Maybe over time he'll understand how pregnancy works.
Yeah.
But
And understanding, like, people might not respond the way that you want to. You didn't even respond the way that you maybe thought or would have liked to. There's just so much fear and pressure, and your mind is just all over the place. So, also maybe giving a little bit of grace too when it comes to, this is life changing news. So, just keep that in mind and maybe give a little grace.
But way to drop the ball, when someone tells you they're pregnant and you just make it all about yourself and just don't like embrace it as something that's happening, and kind of just, like, I don't know, that's really sad. I bet he's gonna regret, how he acted later in the future.
I think men frontal cortex doesn't develop until they're like 25 to 28, so maybe he just needs a little bit of time. And hey, there was big changes when you were that age, so
This
yeah.
person comments, so basically he's dumb and doesn't realize how pregnancy is calculated. Sorry you're having to deal with dummies while in the first
Oh,
trimester.
well, I take offense to that. I didn't know it was your last missed period either.
Yeah, it's a little harsh. This person said, did you try explaining that is counted back to the first day of your period, not necessarily the day you conceived? So it definitely does add up.
Yeah.
This person says, DNA tests are non-invasive, just do it, but these people suck. Be prepared to fight for custody.
Mm. I don't know. I don't know about that one.
Yeah, I don't know. This person said, you made the right choice. If you wanted to be informed, Google is right there. He is actively choosing to be stupid, and you can't fix that. Very harsh. Do you guys agree with this? Like, honestly, what's your opinion on this? Please leave a comment down below. I think, unfortunately, a lot of people are dealing with a similar circumstance, and it can be really enlightening and insightful to hear other people's perspective on it. So if you could just take a moment, comment, do you think that this guy is fumbling and acting like a jerk by making it about him? And does he have his mom in his head? And what should this lady do going forward? But as always, hope you're having a great day, and we'll see you in the next video.